Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Animac here from Anime Uproar. Welcome to a brand new episode of the One Piece Virgin podcast. We are discussing part 2 of Dressrosa. We're going to probably end up having like 4 parts because Dressrosa is over 100 chapters and there is so much to discuss and we don't want to miss any of it. And I'm very excited to talk about this. Joining me today, we have Evan from the channel Evaneat0.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And oh my God, didn't he sound happy? This is the first time I've ever heard you sounding happy in my life, Evan. I am so happy that Evan's happy. Hell yeah. Check him out. Google search Evanito, and you'll get the This Is Fine image that we're using in our YouTube video on the front row of the Google images. I don't know how, but it's beautiful. Evan, it's great to have you here.
Actually, if you Google Evaneat0, you're going to get, did you mean Evaneat0?
Oh.
But the thing is, Evan, I used to feel bad about calling you Evaneat0, but now that your own girlfriend calls you that, I don't feel bad anymore, bro.
Bro, she's always called me that. It's sad.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
You do. And of course, we got Briggs and Noxanor.
Nux and Briggs!
Briggs and Noxanor!
Yeah.
Briggs, how could he fool you like that?
Oh shit, goddamn.
Got him. Got him. All right, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Nux,
that's exactly how I pronounce it. What a crazy name.
And the first and most important thing to talk about is, bro, gender bent Mihawk and Doflamingo are freaking hot, bro. Not even kidding you. Dofi and Mihawk gender bent from that SBS. Wow. Wow.
He is no longer a One Piece virgin.
He's not.
This is the moment.
Yeah, this is when I, when I've become a man. But no, I do want to say that thank you to all of you guys for the support on the One Piece Virgin. We've had a lot of people asking us, what are you guys going to do when you catch up? Are you just going to stop doing the podcast? And what I think we should do is it'll depend on you guys. If you keep sharing the podcast and supporting it, we're going to do things like discuss the latest chapters, maybe look at some of the movies, some of the filler, of doing some ranking lists of our top favorite moments, top favorite characters, all that type of stuff, if you guys are down with that. So if you are, definitely spread the word and we'll keep it going.
In the words of Markiplier, I can milk you.
Yes.
Spread the word of God Usopp.
Yeah, I finally get the reference.
We don't call it the word of God Usopp. We call it the gospel, Briggs.
The gospel of God Usopp.
Yeah,
bro.
people have been telling me about this God Usopp thing since like Usopp was first introduced. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like this random dude. He's weak. But now I finally understand that reference, guys.
Not understand the reference. You understand the revelation. Dude, why are you not using the correct terms?
Because I'm a Tweegoslavian, bro.
He's still a One Piece virgin, okay? We gave him too much,
Too much credit.
Too much credit just now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this story...
You have no rights to fap to gender bent Mihawk anymore.
What was the point of all of this?
Fapping rights have been rescinded.
Anyway, in this part of the Dressrosa story, basically the infiltration of the House of Toys was one of the main thing, and then like a big battle that occurred after that, leading up the chapter where we left off is 258, where it's basically setting up the final battle on the top floor of the palace against Dofi himself. We have Law and Luffy up there now, and a lot of stuff is happening. But in the meantime, I mean, a ton of other stuff happened.
Yeah, a lot of things
arc,
went down.
Honestly, it's long, but there is not
really
a dull
long.
moment.
No, it's not, yeah.
I will say, though, because we ended off last time with Sabo's reveal, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time it goes in and basically Sabo and Luffy swap places, and Sabo puts on like the helmet and the beard and takes his place in the Coliseum fighting for Ace's fruit. So that's kind of where we start off. We also see, oh, you met Senior Pink.
Yeah.
Senor
Pink.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Dude, don't skip around.
I know. I was just trying to get us to start at the beginning. So this is where we start.
All right, it started off, Sabo switches places with Luffy. Start with that. All right. And he was pulling some big brain shenanigans in the competition. And Dofi's like, who is this guy? Who did that? How's he zipping around those pillars? And he was like actually getting really frustrated because Like, it became clear that everything is literally just all part of his master plan, Aizen style. You know?
Yeah, so what ended up happening is they switched places, but people didn't realize they switched places. A few people noticed, like Rebecca, but most people, including Dofi for a long time, just assumed that was Luffy. So he didn't have to worry about Luffy doing anything else because he could keep his eye on him in the Colosseum. But in reality, Luffy snuck out of the Colosseum and he was trying to infiltrate the House of Toys and wreaking havoc in another part of the city.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Continue, Virgin.
I don't know if you're waiting for us to say something. If you are, Sabo is actually a pretty sick character. He's cool. And the fact that he fights with a massive, like, toilet pipe definitely increases the hype around his character.
Yeah, well, he's steampunk, bro. He's got to get those, the pipes and the tubes and shit. Like, it works. But yeah, I did not realize that Sabo was the number 2 in the Revolutionary Army right after Dragon.
That's sick.
So I'm assuming that what happened was when Dragon went and rescued the rest of the people back from that fire, he also found at some point Sabo when his ship got blown up and picked Sabo up as a kid and kind of raised him to be his, right-hand man eventually.
So does that mean Sabo was in Logtown? When Dragon was there saving Luffy?
I don't know.
I just saw that in chat. I don't know.
Not necessarily, but
not necessarily. That could have been a thing.
It could have. Yeah, I don't think he was
cool.
though.
We have seen Dragon plenty of times without Sabo right beside him, so they're not like always
and
together.
Right
no,
now,
in chat they're saying there was a filler episode with Sabo there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So in the anime, if you watch the filler episode, you would know Sabo's alive?
No. I think that they probably show it as a flashback.
Oh, okay.
And,
also,
I do want to say
that is reminding me that I didn't tweet.
Yeah, please tweet. And I just want to say, so obviously we know Sabo is like decently strong here. I don't know where he would rank around Luffy, but he's the second in command of the Revolutionary Army. Clearly, in his fight at the Colosseum, you could see him using armament hockey and it's like weird. I don't even know, like claw attack.
Oh yeah, like Dragon Claws.
Dragon Claw, exactly.
And he also now has the flame fruit, which was actually cool. I did not think of this. Like, I figured Sabo would be alive, but never thought that he would actually get Ace's fruit.
Which, if you think about it, is beautiful on a symbolic level.
It is, and it's also beautiful on a power level because it's a super overpowered fruit.
Who cares about the power level? What's wrong with you?
It's a One Piece, man.
If he can't what do you need, Nux? Sabo
if he can't beat Goku, why are we even talking about it?
If you can't beat Goku, you're not worth talking about. That is what I've surmised about power levels.
Shout out to our newest Rank FA upload. Anime characters that can slap Goku.
That's why we don't talk about the one that can slap him, bro.
Okay, so
if you can't slap Goku, you're not worth talking about.
I was gonna talk about the whole thing with Rebecca and her relationship with the toy soldier who ended up being her father.
The toy soldier slapped Goku, so we could talk about him.
Oh my god, I love that toy soldier.
Okay, can we? Because I was gonna say, like, I loved that relationship, that backstory. Kyrios. Wow, like I knew he was going to be important, but I didn't realize that was actually her father and all that type of stuff. But I was thinking, like, can he slap Goku? Because if he can, we can't talk about the beautiful relationship.
Yeah, he was like the strongest knight or something like that.
So
Gladiator.
Gladiator, there you go.
When in the flashback, when he attacked Doflamingo and like he lost his leg and he sacrificed his leg to keep going, like, dude, this man is the Chad of Chads.
I mean, he's not as Chadly as Senior Pink, but.
Okay, it is fair.
No one can be as Chadly as Senior Pink.
The way this arc starts, the way this part of the One Piece Virgin technically starts, I believe it's with the Frankie cannon, where his hair like makes a cannon, and they're like, "What's wrong with his hair? Is that a cannon?" People in the background. And then Senior Pink is like, "Oh, you fool!" And he just like he eats a tomato like weirdly, and they're like, "Did he just eat a tomato like that?"
Two absolute like Chad lads facing off. Senior Pink versus
and then
Frankie.
Literally 20 chapters later, like it shows that, and then it skips everything. And then 20 chapters later, you see what their fight is like, and he's like, "Diaper bombs!" And he like throws bombs out of his diaper, and Frankie's like, "Nipple lasers!"
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow,
the battle of
culture
True Men. Yeah, it was the battle of True Men. But by the way, in the last episode, when you guys asked me about Senor Pink, I was like, who cares? This guy's a weirdo. But I'm getting it. I'm starting to get why this guy's a Chad.
Dude,
Like,
you're not getting it.
I mean,
You still don't know
I
his
already like
backstory,
him at
right?
this point as well, but you will come to like him
You
even
still
more.
need to learn much more
Yeah.
about Senor Pink.
Well, they've
when you-
already shown him being a Chad. They show that the ladies love him. He like wiped his face with the panties of a woman. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Bro,
fucking badass, bro. Right there.
It is, but trust me, it's nothing in comparison to the
what
real
most-
story behind him.
Evan
Yeah, but-
relates. Evan relates to Senor Pink on a spiritual level.
I do.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
I
thinks
do.
he does.
I do. No, I definitely do.
He thinks he does.
Like,
Senior
I would
Pink
say you
is the
relate
opposite
to
of a simp.
Senor
would say-
Pink is
Yeah,
where
so
Evan
am I.
dreams to be.
Evan.
Wow.
I think you relate to like Chopper and stuff like that. But
Wow!
I don't think
What?
You're just gonna roast
well,
Chopper like that?
To be fair,
No.
Chopper is beautiful and big, so I'll take it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Anyway,
you're not big.
Also, you know what I never thought of before, which
You're
is
like
like so
5'4".
dumb in retrospect? Sabo using like Dragon Claw.
Yeah,
He's the right hand
I
man
always
of
liked that.
Dragon. Like,
yeah.
so
I
he's-
always like that. That
I
was
never
always
like. Why
good.
did I never like think about that? I
Really?
never put two and two together. I was like, obviously he was trained by Dragon. What the fuck?
but yeah, the story of Kyrios was so sad, man, because they killed his wife in front of him, and she didn't even remember him, like as she died. Like that's so freaking
Yeah.
sad.
No, I actually really like the backstory. To literally one of the highlights of Dressrosa for me is the backstories of all the characters and how they collide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you ain't seen nothing yet. To be fair, like you're still gonna learn so much more about so many characters. But even as to where we are now, the backstory of the kingdom itself, how Doflamingo took it over,
Yeah,
like that's some powerful stuff.
I know you idolize and love him, but he's kind of a dick, Nux.
I'm not
Why-
saying
why
that
do
I
you
would
think he
name my
idolizes and loves
child
him?
after him, but I do think he's one of the best villains in anime.
You absolutely would name your child Don Quixote Don Flamingo.
He probably would. He
Yeah.
most likely would.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, my fifth child will be named Baby 5. That was a good one.
Nice.
Come on.
Nice.
That was funny.
Well
I
done.
like that. So Usopp, he managed to knock Sugar out by like freaking her out with his nose. Is that what happened?
bro.
Dude!
No. Okay,
Dude, you're just gonna gloss over it like that?
No. It was hilarious, the build up, because Usopp obviously is a liar, and he's lying to the whatever, the Tontatos.
Tonantantas. Yeah.
Whatever, the little guys. He's lying
Well,
to them
he
the
does-
entire
that's
time,
not
hyping
racist,
himself
because
up as like this
that's
hero.
not-
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say he's been hyping him up as this hero, and they believed every word he said, every lie he said, and they ate it up. So they all believed in him, and then he ran away. And then like just hearing their voices and the fact that they never doubted Usopp for a second. He comes back with this like epic little thing. Like he's like, I'm gonna like I lied to you guys. He came very forward with it, and then he says like he's gonna become like he says I am Usopp, a pirate, but I'm gonna become the hero type of thing. And then he gets slapped.
Yeah.
So he did have some like pretty damn cool moments at
It's
that
very
point,
cool.
I have to say, because the way they had faith in Uso Land, like they're like, Uso Land will never betray us, he will never let us down. And then Usopp basically says, I am not Uso Land, I am Usopp. But I will save you, and you're gonna put a freaking statue of me right next to Noland.
And then
Then it
he
gets
ends like he does like some really cool attacks, but at the end of the day, the person he's fighting is a Logia user, and he can't really use hockey, I guess, kind of. I can't really go
Maybe.
into it, but
Well, you could actually, because that was at the end of this.
yeah, we'll talk about it at the end.
Yeah, so
Continue.
the thing that Usopp did here, it was really funny. So it starts off with him creating this whole myth around himself as being descendant of Noland, and the little guys are very gullible, and they're like, yeah, Usopp, you're this great hero. And then, as you said, when the whole time he's thinking, oh, what are we gonna do? We fighting on a little girl? Who cares? I'm gonna go there, crush it, no problem. But then
Everyone
when
in chat is yelling at you that he's not a Logia user.
Oh, really?
then,
He just
It
Then
doesn't matter.
he
It's
just
really not the
X-street,
point.
like, whatever.
But yeah,
I
okay,
swear
yeah.
he sliced them in half.
So I
and
was
nothing
talking,
happened.
guys. I was talking, guys.
yeah, but that's not so important. We have chat, bro.
Trevor's paramecia? I didn't. My bad.
Oh, and also the tweet is out. And when I was trying to tag Evan, it was like gonna tag iDubbbz. It was weird.
What?
Like I typed in my the @ and then I typed in simp, and then it went to iDubbbz.
Yeah, he
That's
added
that-
somebody. Someone
mean,
has
that-
that. All right, sorry,
Anyway,
Animac, continue.
Animac, you were saying?
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, so before any of this happened, actually, if we want to be chronological, we had Fujitora with the pretty epic plan. Virgin.
I don't actually understand his plan. Like, his plan is to get the Straw Hats because Dofi is technically still working for the government.
Well, he said something pretty vague that is very like impactful on the world. Where where Fujitora, I just compared you to the most Chadley man you've ever been compared to.
Probably, yeah.
It was a Freudian slip, but you know,
Thank you.
it's obviously how I envision.
Well, I can summon meteorites. It is true.
One of your many talents.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get when you get a PhD, the ability to summon meteors.
Yes. PhD in Chadliness. Go on.
Clearly. Anyway, so he says, we have to go for the Straw Hats. And he's like, I'm glad you're fighting on my side, whatever. And he's like, no, you don't understand. After this is done, I'm going to abolish the warlord system.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, you're right. That was a cool thing. When he says he's going to abolish the system, I thought that was very cool. But in the meantime, he didn't really do too much in terms of the action just yet. He's kind of been going against the Straw Hats because they're technically pirates and wanted by the government, but he can clearly tell that Dofi is shady as fuck, but he doesn't seem to be willing to go after him just yet.
Indeed. But, dude, that line is powerful. Like, as someone who has a PhD in political philosophy, like Animac does, that's why we call him Dr. Animac, by the way.
Yeah, always. You always call me that.
That's how we
Always Dr. Animac.
Dr. Animac. What are the potential political ramifications for what he just said? Think about it.
Yeah, so Fujitora, he's new, right? He hasn't been an admiral for a long time, correct?
I'm sure he's been around the block. He looks like 1,000 years old, but
yeah, he worked his way up the ranks for sure.
Okay, yeah, because obviously that is a major shift. And it also seems like the world government is very conservative because they've been around for centuries. And, you know, old regimes that have been around that long don't like change. So for him to say that, he's basically saying, I'm going to disturb a bunch of shit very soon.
But think about it. Right now, the balance of power is where the Marines require warlords to kind of keep the playing field level. But now that they're starting to realize that so many warlords are technically not the nicest of guys, like Crocodile just tried to take over a country, Doflamingo took over a country. Like, things are not going smoothly with the warlords.
Yeah, and you got people like Blackbeard using the title, Law using the title. Clearly, this is a system that's very flawed. Not everyone's like Mihawk that just wants a simple life.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think ever since Moria and his defeat, it's been pretty like the whole warlord system has been kind of
humiliated,
diminished. Yeah.
Moria got slapped. Boa is uncontrollable.
Well, yeah, Boa actually technically betrayed them during the war.
Yeah,
like,
That's true. She did, yeah.
Hooky Wookie donated 1,000 magical bitches to say Fujitora was drafted.
Hey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then he rose his way through the ranks. What a Chad lad. While being blind.
No, but he is while being blind. Yeah, Fujitora is actually cool. And the political aspect to the world and how they could be shaken up if they abolish the warlord system, I think is extremely cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is, because if you think about it right now, you know, emperors like Blackbeard, and it was revealed that he was an emperor now, right? At some point.
Was it?
Like he took over Whitebeard's?
Yeah, I believe it was.
I think it was.
Like after the war, yeah.
Because now it's Big Mom, Shanks, him, and Kaido.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like if you look at someone like Blackbeard, and I assume the other guys too, because we don't know much about them yet, but I feel like they could slap the warlords pretty hard. So it's like the warlords themselves, the system isn't necessarily that useful or impactful anymore when you have someone like Blackbeard.
They still, if you think about it though, the warlords existed when there were powerful emperors too. Blackbeard only took the mantle that was, you know, emptied by Whitebeard. Like, the warlords were supposed to be independent parties. They were never supposed to be world powers. Together, they were supposed to be a fighting force for the government.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it's going according to plan, being that every warlord tries to take over a different country.
They try to just have their own establishment and their own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing with Blackbeard is he doesn't care about oh, let's have a balance of power. Like he wants to disturb everything. He wants to, overturn everything on its head. So changes will have to be made if you want to deal with someone like Blackbeard.
Well, the only good warlord is Buggy. I think we could agree.
I agree.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
they should have just made Buggy the fleet admiral of the Marines.
Buggy is a warlord now. That is so funny.
That'd be unfair to the pirates, though.
Like what? I wonder what Buggy's even doing right now.
I mean, he had a lot of like powerful people under his control.
It's a lot for world domination.
It's so sad because I actually believe that, in the end, I think Oda is just gonna make Buggy like have the One Piece.
I started that.
I know, but like the thing is, it makes sense for the story.
Dude, it's gonna be hype when Buggy slaps and finally gets the One Piece. Oh man,
bro! But imagine like the world government's like, okay, we gotta go.
Luffy steps over his dead corpse. Buggy stands in his way.
No, but like I can only imagine the world government says, okay, guys, time to take on Blackbeard. Buggy, we need you. We need you to go and take on Blackbeard with your men. And Buggy's like, what? What?
Yeah, he probably ended up running away, but at the same time, he does have a lot of powerful people under his.
Away. It always works out that he doesn't run away, but there's some extraneous circumstance that stops the fight for some reason that makes him look like a badass.
I'm just saying, if like what Animac proposed, like he was the only one being sent in, which would never happen. He would end up going there because a bunch of other people are already being sent in, and circumstances happen, and it works out in his favor, and he even makes his name even bigger, right? But I will say, I forgot what I was talking about.
Well, I think it was funny when Buggy showed up to Marineford and he's like, I will now take Whitebeard's head. And they're like, and everyone first starts cheering for him. What a Chad. And then they're like, we're against the Marines. We're on Whitebeard's side here. And he was like, God damn it.
What I was trying to say is Buggy has a lot of powerful men at his control because of what happened at Impel Down and at Marineford.
What a beast.
Nux, you keep on cutting out, man, and you keep on talking over me. I don't know what you're saying.
This is Jose. I was agreeing with you.
Thank you.
Anywho,
yo, back to freaking Animac. What do you think Usopp did to Sugar? Please.
So I wasn't sure what exactly happened. Like he kind of freaked out, and then she freaked out when she saw him freaking out. That's what I saw. And then later she was saying how she's afraid of long-nosed people. So I was like, did he just freak her out by the way he looked?
Yep, pretty much.
Why are you getting caught up on the specifics? This is so... I should have predicted it. I should have been like, bro, Animac's not going to like the whole Sugar thing because, like, why would Sugar be afraid of Usopp's face? Dude!
Well,
no, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just asking because I wasn't sure.
So Usopp planted a, like, berry or whatever inside. Like, it was a super, super spicy /
Oh, yes. And that's why he freaked out, right? Because he ended up taking it.
Yeah, and Sugar thought it was, like, poison or something to kill her.
Yeah.
Sugar thought it was poison, so she made Usopp eat it, but in reality, it was just like a prank thing that was gonna make her like pass out. So when Usopp was about to pass out from the heat, he made that stupid face, and it scared the shit out of her. She wasn't expecting it, and she was
that's what I thought happened. Yeah, that's what I thought happened.
She thought he was gonna eat the poison and just like drop dead.
Yeah,
but he ate the poison and just freaked out and scared the living crap out of her.
Or he used Conqueror's Hockey.
Yes.
No, in the anime, that moment is like really funny. Just hearing the voices and the screams.
Dude, he literally instilled the fear of God within him.
Bro, he used freaked out Conqueror's Hockey.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to say, first of all, we also have Dofi using that bird cage thing to basically trap everyone in Dressrosa, and then he says, I will turn you all against each other and you're all going to die unless you capture these 12 people, and then you'll get rewarded and everything will be cool. So he basically sets up a whole like battle royale where Dressrosa itself is the field of battle. So I thought that was cool and really kind of added
Kira's
more
also
urgency to it.
decapitated like Doflamingo. Well, when he was in string form, obviously. That was cool.
But his head was still hanging by a thread.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw this beforehand. But Doflamingo can do these like string clones of himself.
Indeed. Doflamingo is really strong. Actually, one complaint that's brought up about the Dressrosa arc a lot is the birdcage. because on a power scaling level, it makes no sense that he's that strong.
Yeah, I mean that is a excuse me. That is a massive thing, like a massive scale attack.
Because he could take over the world government with that power, like if you really think about it.
Like it's crazy to think that you got someone like Zoro that shouldn't he just be able to like chop his way out, or Fujitora, but they're all stuck in there and they're like really powerful dudes.
Exactly.
So on a power scaling level, the birdcage was clearly a plot device devised to like make it a ticking clock, you know, and pin each other against each other. It's clearly a plot device, and it didn't make full sense in the power scaling. I wouldn't say that.
Did Fujitora actually try to cut it though?
Yes.
Yeah, he threw a whole like
a
meteorite at it, and the meteorite itself was cut.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's just a plot device for a countdown. You're right.
Yeah, it clearly is. And obviously, it's not the best plot device ever written. But to say that it hinders the entire arc, because a lot of people are like, dude, Dressrosa arc was good, but the birdcage, man. That's like, come on.
I mean, it's such a minor thing. It just adds to the urgency, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not even necessary. The whole point is the final battle is going to happen between Doflamingo and Luffy and Law. It's just a matter of how you get there.
Well, yeah, and interesting because very rarely in One Piece do we see like 2-on-1s against a strong opponent like this.
Well, it's not a 2-on-1.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah,
hold on.
Treble sucks.
You can insult Snot Man like that. Anyway, hold on. Let's kind of go in order. That's the big finale of this segment.
Yeah.
First, we got Dofi's rating system. I love these. This is one of my personal favorite things that shows up in so many places. It's like, this is like another way of basically doing bounties. You know how bounties are like so high?
Yeah.
It's
oh my god, I loved when this happened. I laughed so fucking hard.
Oh my god, Rebecca with 1 star, Nico Robin 1 star, Kinemon 1 star, Viola 1 star, Frankie 1 star, Kairos 2 stars, Zoro 2 stars, and then like you have the big 4: Sabo, Luffy, Law, and King Dude, 3 stars. And whoever gets God Usopp.
Yep.
And dude, Usopp breathes like a sigh of relief. He's like, ooh, I'm not mentioned. Ooh, that's great. And then he's like, and the one I want most.
Yeah. Yeah, because Usopp built such a legend around himself, and word spread quickly.
His bounty was like 500 million or some shit.
Yeah, it was
like ridiculous.
Bro, Usopp's face when he saw that announcement was
Oh my god. It was so fucking funny.
And it's like you got the big 4, Sabo, you know, second in command of the Revolutionary Army. Luffy, up and coming big ass dude, potential pirate king. Law, warlord, also like supernova. The actual king of the country. Adversary. These all 3 stars each. And then like towering above all of them.
God Usopp.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Like, they're all men, but Usopp has divine powers.
Clearly.
And after he knocks out Sugar and the huge giant holds him up with his arms spread, and then the roof caves in and the light comes in and shines on him.
Yep. It was great.
It's divine. All of our souls collectively left our bodies for a moment.
Bro, just imagine God Usopp versus Buggy the Clown.
Dude.
Oh,
like,
damn,
the laws of the universe would not be able to support
They'd make another
fight.
Punk Hazard Island, except they would make that the whole world. And you see, this is useful power scaling because they would slap Goku. Has Goku ever defeated a god? Oh, yeah, that's right, he did.
I mean, it's true because
is
both of them...
Is Goku a god? Nope.
No!
Usopp is.
The thing is, both of them, Buggy and Usopp, have the craziest luck in that universe. That is just, the universe basically shapes itself for them.
I'd imagine Usopp thinks it's pretty unlucky of him.
Yeah, I imagine Usopp's like, I don't want any of this. Although
Usopp ends up proving himself quite a bit in this arc when he has to attack Sugar again and save Luffy and Law. Because Sugar is actually so OP, with a mere touch, everyone forgets of their existence.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is insane.
And Sugar was about to touch Luffy.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Luffy didn't know, right? He doesn't realize that the little girl is dangerous.
He doesn't realize that this is the most broken power in the universe. And, the God basically, if you believe in God, God will look out for you. That's the moral of this story here.
I need to send you...
Looking at deeper themes of this arc, it's all about how if you believe in God, God's got your back.
Okay, but we have to talk about that other dude, Kanjuro, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the samurai that
Yeah.
the other samurai wanted to rescue. What's his name?
Kinemon.
Kinemon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Kanjuro has this
Man, so
power
much
where
happened in this arc.
he can paint anything on a wall and bring it to life, but he sucks at painting stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
He
like,
makes
bro,
these crazy, dilapidated, half-ass birds.
why, bro? It's like, if that is your power, it's so OP. Why not practice your art skills, man? But anyway, he made it possible for his power made it possible for Usopp to freak Sugar out a second time because he sent like a little thing looking like himself freaking out at her, and then she freaked out again.
Dude, the anime does this quite a bit better than the manga because you could really feel the distance of it.
Yeah, you could see the distance.
You can see it in the manga, but in the anime, it's just like
the manga is broken up into panels. It's much more compartmentalized. Like in the anime, you see the vastness of the war that's going on. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanjuro's a cool character, a noble heart. That man, noble heart. I respect him.
Well,
but there's a specific moment here, Animac. I don't know if you picked up on where like as Usopp was about to fire, like what happened? Animac, like
Animac.
I just read it, but I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, there
was a glint in his eye,
and there's a moment where everything went black, and all he could see, and he was able to see Luffy and Law and Sugar.
Oh yes,
even
he
though
could
you
feel
shouldn't be
their
able to
presence.
see. Like he was using Viola. Was that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah,
Viola, whatever her name is. He was using her all-seeing eye, but as he was about to release, he was able to see it himself, which was crazy.
Yeah, like he could
this
feel
man
them.
unlocked observation hockey, bro.
Yep. Also,
Yeah,
I feel like we were holding back talking about observation hockey for so long when Animac had already known about it. Like I forgot that he knew. So because at this point, like, I knew what Usopp unlocked. Continue, Animac. Sorry.
Yeah, Enel had observation hockey.
Exactly.
Big time.
Yeah, so we knew about it for a while, but yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Like I did notice. Oh, okay, so somehow he's sensing their presence. I knew that was something, but then I was just kind of like, I guess I read over it to see what happens next, and he kind of forgot it in my mind. But yeah, you're right. For a sniper, having observation hockey is such a massive advantage.
And you recall, like Luffy had said, like who has hockey on your crew, and he's just like Sanji and Zoro, and Usopp just like ascended to the next level of like, and it makes so much sense for a sniper too. And I'm so happy he finally got like a little bit of a power up.
Yeah, I just can't wait for fucking Nami to get some hockey, bro.
Dude, and can we at least appreciate
navigation hockey? I'm kidding.
You're not kidding. I can see it. I can sense the clouds above us. Let's go left.
Well, you laugh, but if she could control the weather, she could do a lot of like crazy stuff.
That's true. That is true.
Like just summoning lightning at people and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not really what we've seen so far. But
that's true.
Storm at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I would like to see more of that type of stuff with Nami too. But like Nami, Chopper, and Brook have been sidelined for this arc.
Well, I mean, actually, yeah, no, Brook was sidelined. Touche. That's
yeah,
the next
absolutely.
Arc. Next arc goes, yeah.
Not even the next arc, Evan. The arc after that.
Oh, yeah. There's the yeah.
We did learn some stuff about Doflamingo's backstory in this part of the arc. We learned that he lost his mother when he was 8 and killed his own father when he was 10. And that's why he considers his crew now his family. And he gets upset when anyone insults them, including when Pika is insulted for sounding like Iron Mouse.
Yo, I actually wanted
didn't
to
voice
mention,
Pika? What?
True. I actually wanted to mention Pika before because he is the first devil fruit we've ever seen that can do what it does.
Yeah, so he's not a Logia because his body doesn't turn into stone, but he can possess stone, right?
Yep.
Kind of thing.
And anything that the stone touches, like, becomes, an appendage to his massive body now.
So
but his body, his real body remains human. It's just that he can essentially.
But if he's in the stone, you can't, and he's way below ground or within a huge statue of himself or whatever. It's a very overpowered fruit, especially where he currently is, where the entire town or the entire country is legit made of stone. Everything's at his disposal, and he could go anywhere as fast, super fast.
Yeah. So that
You will never mess with the Don Quixote family.
that's even manly for what it was, because Knox showed me the clip in the anime because I had to hear it, and wow, I laughed my ass off. It was funny.
Dude, Luffy laughing at him. He just starts laughing, and Pika gets mad, and all of the Doflamingo dudes are like, "No, please stop laughing. He's gonna murder us all."
Yeah.
And then Pika's like, "Stop laughing at me," and he just starts dying.
I know, and I laughed too because it's so stupid.
No, it's really stupid, but it's funny.
Dude,
Like,
there's so much great comedy, and dude, the comedic aspect to Usopp beating Sugar twice is so great. It's so good.
He made use of the trauma from the first time to get her the second time. Yeah, it's called strategy.
Yeah, and also when Luffy runs past Pika to go fight Dofi, Pika's like, who do you think you are to try and run past me? And then Zoro's like, bruh, you think my captain's gonna waste his time on you?
Yeah, he's like, I'm the world's greatest swordsman, bro. I'm gonna destroy you.
1,080-pound Phoenix.
Yep.
Speaking of wasting like time on the captain, there's one scene that I freaking love. I love Bartolomeo so much, and basically like Luffy's climbing up Bartolomeo's like steps that he made, and Robin comes in and saves him from like he's just keep on going forward, don't look back type of thing. And Robin saves him from some of the toys, and you just see Bartolomeo in the back like, hell yeah! And he's just fanboying so strong. I'm like, I just felt that in that moment, because the amount of time I watched them do something so cool, and I'm sitting there like, hell yeah! like I literally I felt like I was there like doing that, you know?
I am so happy you mentioned that, because when Zoro attacked Pika and he 1,080-pound Phoenixed that massive mountain of a man and just obliterated the guy with a single slice, there was a full panel dedicated to Bartolomeo. Just crying
he was like,
out.
Zoro!
Zoro senpai!
Yeah, that's the Zoro. That's the Zoro fanboys right there.
There was an earlier moment too where Bartolomeo was simping for Robin and Usopp when he first meets them, because he's like, oh, it's the heartbreaking combo from Enies Lobby.
Like, dude, he's literally the best fanboy ever.
He's like the embodiment of all of us.
Yeah, because he remembered like the whole Robin backstory and what was happening, and then
like you meet up with
burns the flag, and
you meet like some famous celebrity or whatever. Oh my God, Dwayne Johnson, you're that guy that was the amazing CGI in The Mummy.
Yeah, bro, he's the Scorpion King.
The Scorpion King, brother. The Scorpion King.
Whatever.
Yeah, so I love Bartolomeo. He's a great character, I have to say.
When he talks to Luffy, oh my God, Luffy, he can't even look at him. He's talking so confidently too, but then at this
he's facing the other way.
He's facing the other way. It was so good.
Yeah, and also someone in chat just reminded me. Bartolomeo goes to Robin and's like, "Robin, can I be your slave? I mean, can I ask you a question?"
Yeah, the man is all of us.
Dude, I love him so much. Isn't he a fantastic character?
And he drains his snake in public, like a real Chad.
Like a real man.
We also learned that Dofi had a brother named Corazon, and he killed his own brother. Yep. And this brother, Traffy says he kind of owes him his life, and he loved him. That's what he says.
Indeed. And we'll learn more about him in next week on the One Piece Virgin.
Yeah, so we've learned like a little bit about Trafalgar Law, how he met the Doflamingo family. He showed up as a boy with like bombs strapped to him, and he's like, I'm going to die anyway, so either let me join your crew or I'm going to kill everyone. But then it stops there, so we don't know what actually happens after that yet.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah, Traffy died, bro.
Bro, Cavendish was in this arc. He like rejoined Luffy, right?
Oh yeah, so that was a cool thing that happened. Obviously, in the beginning of the arc, we met a ton of cool, interesting fighter characters in the Colosseum, and then they were all turned into toys. But then in this arc, they're turned back, and a lot of them choose to take the Straw Hat side because they realize, yo, a lot of evil is coming out of this kingdom now, or, you know, the previous king left us in his debt. So you know what? We're going to fight with Luffy and the Straw Hats, which I think is cool because it makes for some cool fights, but also it makes it more realistic for the Straw Hats to take on this whole kingdom and Doflamingo's OP powers because they have help from other OP fighters.
Indeed. And it's also cool how we first started to learn is that we learned about these characters like as potential adversaries in the tournament. Now we see them being put to good use on their side.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's just cute storytelling.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. And there was the whole thing about why the revolutionaries are interested in Dressrosa, and it's because Doflamingo has been like selling weapons and fermenting war all over the place, so they want to stop him so he can't keep doing these things.
He's a dangerous lad, that Dofi. He's a dangerous lad.
Yeah, he's just like this Machiavellian maniac. He has no mercy. I wonder what he actually wants ultimately. That's interesting to me. But otherwise, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. He really is Noxtaku of One Piece.
I'm not even offended. Like, you could have picked so many characters that would have insulted me. But you're going to compare me to that majestically, frankly, well-garbed individual. Okay.
No, honestly, man, if you were a woman, I'd probably smash you.
You know what, Animac? I'll take that as a compliment.
You should.
What is this?
Gender bent Dofi is a fox.
Just going through this arc with you guys has made me realize how long it was, but it's still not even as long as like 2 arcs from now.
This is just 1/4 of this arc.
Yeah, it's just
actually next week we will be doing from chapters 758 to 778. So
58 to 78, so 20 chapters. Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I like that we are taking our time because there is, as you guys mentioned, so much stuff to talk about. And if we did 50 chapters at a time or 100 chapters, we would definitely not end up talking about all the different things. And then people would be like, why didn't you guys mention this? And why didn't you guys mention that? I'd rather take it slow and be able to enjoy all of it because it's a massive arc that's unfolding.
And honestly, quite frankly, it's kind of a masterpiece of an arc.
Yeah, I really like it so far.
It is really good.
I'm looking forward to Animax seeing the last quarter for sure.
Well, I think the next quarter you get to learn some backstories. I think it's going to be
next quarter has the backstories. Never mind that.
Yeah, I'm guessing the last quarter will be the epic fights.
Yeah, that makes sense.
First, we get the backstories and all the setup, and then the epic.
Can you repeat the chapters for me and for everyone in chat?
758 to 778.
778.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Someone in chat just said 779 is better to end on. I just saw a beautiful ending, 778. So I was just like, oh, hell yeah.
By the way, Raphael Pai, thank you for the bits. And Kakyo Kuzuki, thank you for the bits as well. Appreciate you guys.
Raphael.
Bro, we actually introduced my favorite character in One Piece in this arc. In this, like, little episode.
What?
In 779?
Yeah, no. In this one that we just talked about, Tanjiro is an absolute, not Tanjiro. What's his name?
Kanjuro.
Tanjiro.
Well, clearly he's your favorite character, bro. You don't even know
in all of One Piece. I've made so many videos about him. That was a lie. But at least we got Bellamy back.
I mean, I like Kanjuro. I thought you didn't like Kinemon.
No, I hate Kinemon.
Kinemon kind of sucks, but Kanjuro.
I think they're both ass. Okay, all right, okay. 779 it is. You're right. It's a better place to end. You're right.
Okay, so 758 to 779.
Cool.
Well, technically we read 758, so it's 759 to 779.
Damn it! Stop switching it up, Nux.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just read the rest of One Piece.
Yeah. For next week, guys.
Just finish it all.
What other things we need to talk about? Yeah, so I really got the feeling that the final battle was getting set up at the end of this arc and that it was going to be epic. I'm very curious to find out more about both Law's backstory and Dofi's backstory. And there's also, they had this whole Princess Mancherry of the Tantatas or whatever the name is. It was hinted that she has some kind of unique power, and that is why she was being held in a secret location. But they weren't harming her. So I'm wondering what that power is, because these little guys, they're strong, but they don't seem like to have any amazing powers. They seem to be more like these humorous characters. But potentially the princess actually does have something very unique.
Maybe.
It means tell me her assets aren't unique.
She's like a little bug, bro. Come
Look,
on.
okay, just saying.
Evan just sips for anything that moves.
Wait. No.
Izzo's All right, Evan. We didn't hear much from you this episode, actually.
Oh, in the middle, I did get the phone call and I muted myself for a bit to take it.
It kind of disappeared for
You know
like
what's
a little
sad?
bit
I didn't
there.
even notice. I feel like you were just very quiet the entire episode. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
It was, and then I got the phone call and I was like, oh, it doesn't even matter at this point.
Guys, when a woman calls, Evan drops everything.
It
and
wasn't a woman.
Actually,
I
the
mean,
person
maybe it
that
was a woman.
called was a woman, but that's not the whole reason that I dropped.
Oh,
everything.
sure, of course.
No, it wasn't. I had to. It was an important phone call.
Okay, then you.
Important, Evan. You don't understand. This man needed his simping license renewed.
Oh my God.
He renews it every day, bro, on Twitter. Anyway,
Oh my god,
Evan.
dude! The art that we have for Evan is Jimbei. That's so
my
sick.
God. I hate you so much. The fisherman.
I love Jimbei.
Freaking.
Evan's always been Jimbei ever since he came.
didn't you
first.
say you
He's
wanted
top
to be
10
on for Fishman Island?
I did actually.
He wasn't on though.
I wasn't.
because
Yep.
He was too scared.
No, I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited.
Fake news.
No.
Get out of here.
No, okay, wow.
Okay,
Wow.
Evan,
Invited
give us
you
your
that one
thoughts.
time and then you just didn't
Give
come.
us your thoughts on this part of Dressrosa.
I mean, for me, the most exciting stuff in Dressrosa happens after this. But this part was just, sort of cool. The whole birdcage thing was, like you guys said, pretty OP. But like we don't get to start seeing, the cool stuff, which I'm not gonna spoil for you, obviously, but it doesn't happen until later.
Well, I
And
would
it's
say
so
that a lot
sad.
of cool stuff has already happened. It's
Yeah, no, true.
It's all gonna come together now near the end of the arc, right?
Yeah, I mean the arc, like the whole Dressrosa arc. You guys probably talked about it last time. But like in terms of the manga, there was. I don't know. Obviously, it probably was like a page or whatever. But in the anime, when Zoro first meets Fujitora or whatever.
Fujitora, yeah.
Yeah. So in the anime, that scene is like maybe like a minute or a minute and a half long, and the camera just cycles back and forth between them. It's just like, why am I staring at this? But like, I imagine in the manga, it's like one panel. So.
Manga went by pretty fast.
There's a lot of. I will absolutely agree. The anime is like so slowly paced, and it makes some
It's
moments
so
like
slow.
it's like kind of hard to watch sometimes. But there are other moments, for example, like Usopp firing and knocking out Sugar. It's prolonging that makes it so much more suspenseful.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna hit the
Yeah.
shot and how he is, and being able to visually see it in the distance, and like as it pans around and so slowly, they took a long time for that shot to hit, and it was just like it was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
But it was very satisfying at the end, yeah.
Oh, there was some stuff I wanted to bring up about our boy Cabbage, also known as Cavendish. We learned that when he's
I thought it was
asleep,
Cavendish, also known as Cabbage, but you're right.
yeah. So when he falls asleep, like another creature inside him takes over, like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing.
That's right. Yeah.
And that guy,
How did I not mention that?
and that guy is apparently twice as powerful as the regular Cavendish, and he's one of the reasons why Rebecca was able to win the battle in the Colosseum, because he took everyone else out. But another thing that was kind of briefly mentioned, and I think I understood this correctly, was that Cavendish was actually working with Koala secretly.
Dum, dum, dum.
Right? Like I did understand that correctly.
I'll be honest, I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, like there was like a little passage where it seems to indicate that he knows who Koala is, that he was working with her, which seemed kind of odd to me because she's a revolutionary and he's supposed to be this pirate who, up until that point, we didn't see any connection between him and the revolutionaries.
Everyone in chat is saying no.
No.
What is Animac talking about?
Yeah, that was.
This is so funny.
Well,
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God,
I'm too
that's
lazy to
actually
go check the
crazy.
chapters now, but I might for next week.
Wow.
Maybe it was one of those things where the panels transitioned to someone else talking and I didn't realize.
Animac confusing this with his own isekai and Zenitsu.
What?
Anime, you sound pretty Just gonna have to vote you off.
By the way, Traffy or Trafalgar Law, his pirates are the heart pirates, right?
Yeah.
And corazón means heart in Spanish.
Hey.
That's interesting.
Probably
I don't know.
coincidence.
Yeah, like I'm sure it's not a coincidence, but what exactly?
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Probably coincidence.
Probably.
After all, Corazon and Law never met. They like literally have nothing to do with each other. Croissant is one of my favorite foods, and Law is not food.
Bro,
Thank you, Tweet Sauce, for the 5 subs.
Croissant pirates are the most badass pirates.
Hey, Nux, you're sounding pretty sus right now. I think we should call it a stream.
Thank you all so much for joining. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Evan, for being a part of this. You contributed a lot to the conversation. Nuts and Briggs, Nuts and Briggs, Nuts and Briggs. Anime, you're a great person. We love you.
Thank you guys for sticking with us for another One Piece Version podcast. Obviously, we're back again next week. As Nux said earlier, we're reading chapters 759 to 779. Don't forget to also, if you follow our Rant Cafe podcast, which is the general anime podcast, don't forget to follow us on Spotify. We have a partnership going on with Spotify now, so that will be the place to listen to us. And also, if you're following the Dragon Ball Virgin, new episode is coming tomorrow. Follow on the podcast platforms and on Twitch. And again, thank you everyone in the chat for joining us, supporting us, and all that kind of stuff. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys. Bye.
Bang.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Give me freaking Dux is like, hey, want to do Rat Cafe or One Piece Version in 5 minutes? I was like, okay. Had no idea what we were even talking about.
Yeah, Nox, I thought you had someone else say they want to go for Dressrosa, like the guy who was on Rat Cafe last time or something.
Masked Man. We can get him next week or the week after.
Oh yeah, the Masked Man.
Right now. We just had him, like literally 2 days ago.
That's true. Well, not 2 days ago, but
2 days ago, canonically speaking, Nux Taku time.
Nuxtaku time
I
is
didn't realize
real
your
time.
time was different.
I have my own time.
When you don't sleep, your time is very different.
It's true. I haven't slept. I've only slept twice since then, so.
By the way,
like
Nux, are we gonna do a ReZero for
we're
the
not
next
gonna do
Rank
anime.
Cafe?
Oh.
Yes, I'm down to do ReZero this Thursday,
No,
although
I did not, in fact, read it yet, watch it yet. I'm only like 3 episodes into the second season. But
well then,
finish it. Like you've been talking so much shit about how great it is.
it is great, but you don't like the first season either, and I think the first season is great.
So do we not want to do that this week?
I'm down. I can finish because it's only like 12 episodes, right? It's not 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you guys just don't have the time, we could always do Mashal. You could read that in like one sitting for like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, screw that, man. I have only a few episodes of ReZero to go. I'm not gonna read now Mashal.
All right, we'll try for ReZero.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
well, I haven't
Thank
watched
you
an
for
episode
having
yet,
me.
so I'm gonna marathon that shit tonight. Cool.
Yo, bro, Evan, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Evan.
I'm glad I tried to remember what happened in Dressrosa on the fly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. But anyway, later, guys. You know, maybe you should have invited me for the Senor Pink thing, but it's fine.
Invited for a Senior Pink thing.
That's true,
Senior Pink, he's been doing his thing, bro.
He's hard boiled.
He's hard boiled.
Yeah.
And him and Frankie are hard boiled.
It's true. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on him, like after you read the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, last week he was introduced, and I was like, this guy sucks ass. Like, who is he? And then this week, I'm like, yo, this guy's a badass, and the bitches love him, bro. Like, you got to be a Chad if you just dress like a giant baby, and bitches are like, oh, I love you, Senor Pink.
You're so hard boiled.